Alright, how's it going? Welcome to the Hidden Cellar. We're gonna draw a couple of monster creatures here. We got this one, our furry Cyclops guy. Looks like he's from Monsters Inc. or something. And we got our cute little, what is this? Like a Loch Ness monster octopus guy. Um, Pretty scary, huh? So we're gonna be drawing these two right here. Okay? For this project, you will need either a regular piece of paper, drawing paper, a sketchbook, and you will need some pencils. I got my pencils right here. My Stadler pencil set. You will need an eraser to erase your mistakes. And these are extra here. These are shading stumps. And these shading stumps, you can spread your grayscale around, make things look more grayscale and 3D. So they will help you a lot. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can use your finger. You can use a paper towel. Okay, if you use your finger, it's gonna get a little bit dirty. But I like to use these. Once again, these are my Stadler pencil sets. Right here we got the B pencils, we got the H pencils. Remember, B's are darker, H are lighter. Would you like to see a demo? Here we go, look at that. Look how dark that is versus a 2H, which is a lot lighter. See that? There is a difference. All right. I will select an HB pencil, which is the same as a number 2 yellow pencil, okay? This is the basic one. We're gonna draw this guy, and we're gonna draw this guy. So we will start off with this one. Let's look at our creature here. Okay, so it looks like a snake. So I'm gonna go from the top here and curve slightly like this. There we go, okay? And then here, I don't wanna get too close, too skinny. I wanna make it almost as thick as his head. Okay, so maybe somewhere around here. And since this line is going this way, I'm also going to go this way. Then it kind of curves this way. So I'm going to curve just so slightly that way. And then it curves this way. And remember, when it's like a snake type of figure or a dragon, it's wide at the top. And then towards the end of the tail, it gets thinner, skinnier. So it's going to meet up at this point. So I'm going to go like that. And notice that it starts to get skinnier. And then when I meet that end, at that point, you leave it alone. You can make a little twist here if you want, but that's what it looks like. Next up, what can we do? Let's put some eyeballs. Okay, I'm going to put one big oval here. This oval is going vertically up and down, okay? Not this way, but this way. I'm going to put another eyeball behind this one. So you can't see the entire thing. It's sort of hiding. See that? Okay, it's overlapping. This is overlapping that. Okay? So this looks larger because it's closer to you, and this one looks a little smaller because it's further away. Let's put some sleepy eyelids. 1 and 2. Okay. And I don't need this line anymore from the head, so I'm going to remove it, clean it up, and look at that. All right. Let's see what we got here. What's next? Okay, so we got that. Let's put some eyeballs here. 1, 2. You can make them small if you want. I'm going to go ahead and put a little small white ball there, kind of like the old cartoons, like Disney and all that. And then in this inner, not the inner, but the second circle, this one, not the inner circle, but this one, I'm going to go ahead and shade it. Shade it dark. Very good. We got there so far. Okay. Next up, let's put some cute little nostrils so we can breathe some air. We can put a little smile. Okay. Or you can make it sillier, open its mouth. If you want to make it angry, you would draw it this way and then put teeth. Okay. Let's see. All right. This time I'm going to go ahead and put a forked tongue. See, like a snake. One, two, and then a curved sort of triangle there. All right. Pretty silly. Erase that. There we go. Okay. Doesn't look too threatening, right? Okay. Would you use this to guard your palace? Who knows? Who knows? Okay. Next up, what can we do? What can we do? Let's go ahead and add some of those spines to make it look more like a dinosaur or a dragon. You can make sort of, like triangles, sort of like a dinosaur. I'm going to go ahead and curve a little bit, like an ocean wave. See? Like a backward sea. That. And these fins should get smaller as we get towards the tail. Okay? Notice that they get smaller and smaller. And that's it. Very good. What else do we have? Okay? We got everything we need, but it's missing the arms. I'm going to give it some octopus arms. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3. I'm sort of planning out where I'm going to put them. So this one is going to go here. Okay, half a circle, another half circle here, and another half circle there. Okay, so this one is going to come out like this, like a snake, and it gets thin towards the end. There we go. Here we are going to go. Let's see how our model looks. Okay, that one sort of goes that way. I'm going to go like this, like that. I extended that a little further. And then our last one, we'll make it a little smaller. I can go like that. Remember, wide here and then thinner towards the end. Very good, very nice. And I don't need these lines here from the body. Remember, we drew them earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and erase them. Erase them. Don't need them anymore. Goodbye. All right, looks pretty good, right? Now I do want my creature to sort of look like a tube, okay? So instead of making straight lines like this, make it look flat, I'm going to curve them. 1, 2, and it gives it more texture. You can even put stripes if you want. We can do that. So as I curve along the body, it's going to get smaller towards the end, just like the fin. See that? You can go all the way if you want. You don't have to. I like to stay within this range. Looks pretty good, right? You can even make stripes by going like this. See? Like tiger stripes. Whatever you want. So give it some texture. Put more detail to it. We can even put a couple of like lines here. 1, 2, 3. See that? Almost looks like wings. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Remember to curve them. It depends on the shape. There we go. Looks pretty good. Maybe we can lightly shade up here to give it more depth, more value. A little darker here. And I keep it light right there. Let's see, it looking good. We're gonna pretend the sun is shining here. So I'm gonna keep things light on this side and then darker on the other side. Okay. Let's go ahead and give it some value. Okay. I'm gonna get a darker pencil. This time I'm gonna grab a B pencil. Let's see how much time we got. We got 10 minutes already. All right, so I'm gonna try to hurry this up. So I'm gonna go ahead and shade it. If you have an H pencil, you might wanna press down a little harder. It's okay. And we're gonna lay down some graphite from the pencil, but not all the way. You're gonna keep it in one area. So I decided to put it on top. Okay. You can put some here under the bottom of his chin, because there'll be a shadow there. We can also, since the sun is here, I'm gonna shade underneath the arm. Underneath. Not underneath the arm, but like at the bottom section of the arm. Because the light does not really go there. It's at the top. See that? We can also put a little bit of textures here. Like scales. Yeah. These scales, they look like M's or N's. Okay, maybe a couple scales here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 can go. It should be going that way, but we're just drawing for fun. See, should be going that way. Okay, very good. Now it looks like a lizard or something. All right, so I did put my shading here, and now we're gonna go ahead and blend some of that. So I'm gonna keep it a little bit darker right there. And then you can either use your finger or maybe a lighter pencil, an H pencil, a shading stump. I like using these, or you can use a paper towel on your finger, whatever. But we're going to go ahead and shade from outward inward, okay? Just like that. Remember to to blend slightly. Don't overdo it, or else it's going to look too blurry. Depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to make a blurry, foggy scene, then that's fine. But here we do want to keep some of our nice lines. Okay, let's see how much time we got. 2 minutes. Very good. Okay. All right, and we can put a little bit here at the bottom, just slightly. And then maybe some on the wings here. Uh-huh. Very good. And if it looks too blurry, you can always go back and sort of redraw it. And then you can even make darker lines on the outside, like that. So it can stand out and pop. All right, that's very good. This is our first creature. It is done. Our sort of aquatic sea serpent, dragon, octopus, whatever. Anyway, we're going to do the next one. Thank you, guys. Okay, we're going to hop over and make our Cyclops, hairy Cyclops guy here, little furry guy. We're going to get a clean piece of paper. I did make it earlier. He's a little bit more muscly here. So we're going to begin here on a clean piece of paper. So I want to draw like an oval. And then I'm going to make it a little bit more narrow at the bottom. You can make yours rounder if you want. However you want. You want to make it long. You want to make it a little shorter. Very round. Doesn't really matter. But an oval shape, an egg shape is ideal. Okay? We can see that. Next thing we want to do is we're going to put an eyeball. Remember, an eyeball has a curve at the top. It has this point, that point, and then we're gonna make it, we're gonna close that up here with a curve, okay? Each point, each side of the eyeball is pointy. See that? And then from here, I'm gonna curve slightly to make an eyelid, okay? There we go. So you can kind of see what's going on there. Next up, I'm going to make an open circle here. So it's not a full circle, but it's an open circle. There we go, kind of like the letter U. All right, it's a little bit off, but it doesn't matter, you get the idea. I'm kind of sitting sideways because I got this tripod in front of me. I got a lot of stuff in front of me. All right, next up. Human eyeballs are like this. But since I want to make them a little bit scarier, let's give them some reptile eyes. So I'll make a straight line like this, and I give a little bit of filling on the edges like that. Very cool, huh? See that? All right. Then, what else we got? We could make some little lines here, you know, kind of like a human. We can also shade, okay? Let me get my 2H pencil, which is light shade. And I remember to always turn your pencil to the side. Begin shading, shading lightly. If you have a number 2 pencil, don't press too hard on it. Just put a little bit of that. You should be okay. If you want to spread it, I got my stumps here. Very nice, okay? Next up, which one is my, there we go, HB. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and make the mouth. So he's kind of angry at us because it's late and this monster wants to sleep. And it kind of looks like an eyeball, but it's a little bit, it's wider. See that? It's wider, like that. And what can we put here? We can put teeth, some sharp teeth like this. They are pretty much open triangles. There we go, okay. And then we can put another curve, and that curve will be its tongue, okay. I'm gonna split that tongue like this, and put some ugly dots here. Give it some texture. You wanna make sure you have texture because then it looks flat, okay. With texture, things look more interesting. It's more advanced that way. Okay, what I want to do, this is kind of bothering me. I'm going to sort of extend it a little bit like that. Okay, because I have my pet peeve is that it's a little bit off. It should have been a little bit more this way. But like I said, I am sitting sideways. Okay, next up. Let's go ahead and shade inside the mouth. Okay, even though I have a 2H pencil, or I'm sorry, an HB, I'm starting to press down a little bit more, okay? And remember, always shade with your pencil sideways, okay? It's gonna be faster, it's a faster process and it looks better. Let me get a 2B pencil from my box here, so then I can get the job done faster and it looks darker. You see that? Very cool. Always at the very corners, the very edges is always a little bit darker than the middle. See that? Very cool. I can even make it dark on the edges. Okay, there we go. Pretty cool, huh? Next up, what do we have? We can put some horns on him. So 1, 2, and going this way. So this one goes like this, like that. The other one goes the opposite way, like this and like that. You can use a ruler to sort of measure it if it's off. I also kind of went this way. It doesn't matter, he's a monster. And I'm gonna put some textures here. Look at that, looks good. Cool, right? Let's give him, see what our guy looks like. He has some couple of antennas, like that. And they also have eyeballs. There we go. 1 and 2. Very cool. I'm gonna give him some hair. I haven't done that before. See? Almost looks like a crown. Very good. All right, what do we have next? Let's look at our guy here. What are we missing? Okay, the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make some muscly arms. So you can kind of slightly curve here and curve there. Remember, your curves don't have to be exaggerated. Make slight curves, okay? If you have to adjust it, you can do it later. Remember not to press too hard on your initial sketch, because if you mess up and erase, you'll still see the line. It's gonna be hard to get rid of it. So I got my arm here, and then I'm gonna put a forearm. Then let's make some claws. 1, remember curves. 2, 3, look at that big arm there. And let's make it furry at the end. Furry here. And start putting some fur around it. Very cool. Okay, let's give them some muscle tone. So a couple little lines like that. See? It's got muscle. Very cool. Okay. Let me try to do that one more time for you so you can see it better. You can kind of go like this. They're kind of like veiny looking lines. See that? Veiny looking lines. All right, I'm gonna show you one more time. I'm gonna go 1 and 2, and this time I'm gonna draw the muscle first. So let's put some veiny lines. See that? You can see that better. And 2, see? That looks like muscles. All right, and then I'm gonna put his forearm. Let's see, make sure the arm is the same size as the other one. And I'm going to make those claws. 1, 2, 3. So one going this way, and then this one's a little bit straight. Make it furry. There we go. And then let's put some of that fur all around. Very good. See? Wow, he looks like a furry monster now. Let's add some of that fur around his face, on his forehead. He's a furry guy here. Looks like, what, a Bigfoot? Let's see, let's put some down here. Very good. All right, what else do we have? What are we missing? Let's go ahead and put his feet. So one leg like this, 1, 2. I don't want it to be too long. I want it to be a little short so he looks strong and yet not too tall. Okay, so we have that, and then we're gonna put some claws. Here's his little foot there, and then 1, 2, 3 overlap right there. Same thing, 1 and 2, the ball of the foot, and then some claws. 1, 2, 3. All right. Very good. What are we going to put here at the end of the leg? We're going to put some fur and some fur here, and then start putting more fur on his leg. Maybe a little bit of muscle on his thighs there. He works out. It's a muscle guy, muscle monster. That's what I'm going to call him. Muscle monster. All right. What do we have next? What do we have next? Okay, let's give him some fur right here on his back. See that? Very nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start shading. So I like to make it dark on the edges, and then I come in with the blending. So put a little bit of dark graphite here, not too much, just somewhat. And then as I get inside the monster, I lift my pencil, so it's not that dark. Some here, and then some here. I always like to shade on the edges. Can be up or over here or down here. And then we're going to take our shading stump and blend inward. Okay. I'm going to blend inward. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. Start blending in slightly. Not too much, don't overdo it. Oh, okay. We're gonna keep going. All right. I thought our 15 minutes were up. Never mind. Here we go. Just slightly there. You see how it helps, this shading stump, instead of using my finger? You can also, remember, you can go dark and then go lighter, like that. You can also shade like that. Make sure that you shade sideways, please, sideways. Don't shade like this, okay? Unless you're making different types of lines, but that's for another video. But our initial shading is gonna be sideways. Okay, I wanna make some areas even darker, so I'm gonna go over it by pressing a little bit harder with my pencil to really get that black going on, okay? And as I come inside here, closer to the inside of the creature, I start to lift the pencil. So I don't go too hard. And then don't make too many scratchy lines. Try to go like this. Go sideways. It looks smoother. Okay, here I'm gonna go ahead and put some more shadow here under his armpits. 1 and 2. Okay. And then you can blend out just a little bit. You can use that. And let's give him some hair under his armpit. Right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What do you think? Kind of gross, right? Now he really looks like a hairy monster. And let's give him some stinky lines. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Ooh, gross. He needs Dr. Sasquatch soap. Correct? There we go. And I do like, this is for the advanced level people, I do like to put a small little bit of, let me switch my pencil here, of a light shadow right here under his body and a little darker by the feet. Okay. And now he really looks like he's standing on the ground. See? Don't make that shadow too harsh. Go side to side. Go light in the beginning and then add a little bit more. It'll gradually show up. Believe me. Trust me. All right. So we got our guy here. Looks very good. Very good. Very advanced shading there. Let's put a little bit more there. Some light shading by the horns going upward. There we go. Very cool. You guys like it? Because I do. All right, and I'm going to darken the eye. I'm gonna go around it one more time. 1 and 2. And now it really, really sticks out. See, it's popping out. See? Grayscale. So cool. Makes things look 3D. All right, so now that we have this, we have 2 monsters that we have drawn. You just have to try one, not all of them. Okay? Have fun. Make up your own creature. Okay? Add features. Go all out. Go crazy. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by at the Hidden Cellar for your creature feature drawings. Okay? Come back again. We'll have more demos. Thank you. Bye. Okay, monster drawing. Take 1.